pretty much everyone knows opening a bank account for your company is actually more difficult than creating the company itself. We have already published videos on why it has become so difficult to open a bank account for your Hong Kong company. But in this video, we'll tell you honestly, realistically, and openly whether or not you'll be able to get an account for your company and where. So here we are in May 2021. Maybe you just set up a company and you need an account, or maybe you never got an account and now you needed one. And quite naturally, you want to go for the big traditional bank like HSBC, DBS, Citibank, blah, blah. So do you have a chance with the big banks? The answer is yes, if you live in Hong Kong, if you live outside of Hong Kong but still in Asia, if you have other companies in Hong Kong which already have an account, or if you already hired employees based in Hong Kong. If you are in one of these scenarios, most likely you should be able to get an account with the traditional banks. It will still take you 2 months of paperwork and procedures, but it should be okay. If you set up your company with AirCorp, we can help you with the whole process. We can help booking the appointments, preparing a certified version of your company documents, and so on. Be aware because some of the big banks will require to see you in person in Hong Kong in order to open your account. So I know some banks, including HSBC and DBS, they've actually just released 100% online opening process for startups. But honestly, this is kind of just for the local companies in Hong Kong with their shareholders, directors, employees in Hong Kong. And for the big banks, the answer is no. If you live outside of Asia, if you don't already have an established business in Hong Kong, you cannot visit Hong Kong, and which is the case for many people these days. This is as simple as that. If you are in one of these situations, you will not get an account at a big bank for the time being. Do not believe the promises you see online. Don't spend $1,000 on the promise of an account because you simply won't get it. But now, the good news is that you can actually do business without the big banks. Actually, there are plenty of alternatives in Hong Kong, such as Statrys, Airwallex, Neat, and so on. People usually call them bank alternatives. And of course, when we pitch those bank alternatives to our clients, we often get questions that I'll try to answer here.
Is it as safe as a bank?
Those bank alternatives are regulated as payment institutions rather than banking institutions. But when you use their services, your funds are actually sitting with a traditional bank that operates underneath it. So all in all, it's pretty safe. And as of today, we have never heard of a scandal or a collapse of these alternative banks.
Do I need to travel to Hong Kong?
The answer is no. They actually provide a full digital experience, which many of our clients actually enjoy a lot.
Is it expensive?
For this, I invite you to check their pricing pages, link their website below, but in general, they are cheaper than the traditional banks.
Do they provide credit cards?
Some of them offer credit cards, some offer debit cards, some not at all.
Can I start with an alternative bank and later open a traditional bank account?
Yes, of course. And that is actually what we usually recommend to our clients. If you've just started your business, do not waste weeks trying to open a bank account with a traditional bank. Just open an account with a payment company, build a track record, and later on, you can go knock at the door of traditional banks. That will make the process much easier. All in all, there are many bank alternatives in Hong Kong. If you follow this channel, you already know that we have a special partnership with Statrys. If you set up your company with us at AirCorp, you'll be able to get a Statrys account within 48 hours. Can you imagine? You can get a company in Hong Kong and a business account in 48 hours without traveling. We are in May 2021 and the world is not going so bad after all.